Good morning, family. Got a word this morning. The Lord really came at my life with this one this morning. It comes from Galatians chapter 6, verse 1 through 5, and it says, "Brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourselves, or you also may be tempted. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. If anyone thinks they are something when they are not, they deceive themselves. Each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. For each should carry their own load." Alright, so first we're being told here that if we see someone stumble, we are to help them up. But in doing so, I need to bring the Lord with me. Don't get it twisted. Because it's never just me. I need to bring the Lord with me when I'm helping someone up, when I'm helping carry someone, so that I can be gentle and respectful. Because what I don't want to do is try to go in on my own and end up tempted myself. So I need to bring the Lord in with me. And it's saying to carry each other's burdens to fulfill the law of Christ. Love each other as Christ first loved us. If you suffer, I suffer mentality. If you're suffering, I'm suffering. So it's for me to help you and for you to help me. And let me not get ahead of myself and think I'm better than you because you're going through something. Because if I think that I'm something I'm not, I'm deceiving myself. Because the Lord still needs to do a work in me. Just because he's gotten me through one thing and maybe he didn't get you through it yet, I don't know what he's gotten you through yet. We're both the same. We're both sinners. We both sin. And none is greater than another in God's eyes. We're still disconnected sometimes. So I need to be humble and recognize that there's still work that needs to be done in myself. And so I need to test my own actions. It is the way that I'm living right, without comparing myself to you. Because what God is bringing me through right now, he may not be bringing you through right now. What God has me going through right now, he may not have you going through right now. And the victory that God's given you over what you have going on, he might not have gave me victory over that yet. I mean, the victory is already won, but in my life personally right now, this moment, right, the work still may be getting done right now. And so I need to stop comparing myself to others in their walks, because the reality is I need to carry my own load. Now, of course, while I'm carrying my own load, I could suffer. So what do? You take my burdens. You help me through my suffering, and vice versa. But I need to start focusing on what the Lord has me doing so that I don't get so distracted that I forget that he gave me a purpose to begin with, and that I need to focus on that purpose to begin with, which I know for a fact a purpose universally within the kingdom of God is to love one another, to suffer for one another, to help each other, right? It quite literally says in the beginning here to help each other when they've stumbled, when you've stumbled. Stop counting the wrongs, right? And I'd arguably, not even arguably, I would say if I relate this to my marriage, it would substantially get better. Substantially. If I helped my wife when she fell, gently helped her when she fell, instead of being argumentative, instead of being ugly, and I stopped trying to count wrongs and I stopped trying to compare my walk with hers and vice versa, I can honestly say that marriage in itself would be a lot better if we would just live by the law of Christ, which is to love you how you loved me. Because Christ ain't counting my wrongs. Christ loves me through it all, right? And that's what love is, to love you through everything. That even if I don't agree, I still love you through it, and I'm gonna help you through it regardless. It doesn't have to be an argument all the time, folks. It doesn't. But I'll let it be. But what that means is I'm operating in flesh. Because sin and spirit can't operate in the same place at the same exact time inside of me. And so if I'm spirit-led, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to help you. And no, I won't be tempted because I got the Lord with me. I'm not going to compare myself to you. I'm going to try to lead by an example so that you can see it and maybe even ask the question of, man, how did you get out of that? And so that I can share the gospel with you of how the Lord got me through this. I'm trying to give you something here that I need to use on my own. I pray that I wouldn't give you this, that I wouldn't interpret this for you, and I wouldn't utilize it myself, because oftentimes we can do that too. Sit here and try to teach something, but not live it. It's easy to talk, it's easy to have a word and sound good, but it's not sometimes easy to take action and do what I'm supposed to do in that. So I pray that today we wouldn't be a people that would just share with each other and not act on it. I pray that we would do what we're told here. A lot of judgment happens to us, and we think that it's the people that don't believe that judge us most. No, folks, within the church of Christ, the judgment comes the most to each other. We're falling and walking past and letting them people stay on the ground. We're not helping. We're not helping those who struggle. We're not helping those who fall in front of us. We're judging them, actually. Look at them going out here drinking last night. They were at the bar last night. I seen them pulling in when I was riding by to go to Walmart. I seen them pulling into the bar. But they're talking about they're holy. Well, then what I need to probably do, I'm supposed to hold my brother and sister accountable gently. Bring them aside and be like, brother, sister, hey, maybe we should look at this. And bring some truth from the word into it. But no, I won't do that. I would rather gossip about you because it's easier. So I just pray today that we would follow the directions that were given here by the Apostle Paul, which was God breathed from God in the first place onto him, and that we would just be obedient. And personally for myself, I pray that I would get it together a little bit more in my house. Let me get my house in order so that I can lead the church like I'm supposed to. God bless and I love you.